The most crucial XRP Ripple coin video is this one. Really, if you missed this, you'll be sorry. The SEC was XRP's largest barrier just a month ago, constantly driving the price down and slamming it with litigation. However, things have changed, and now the same SEC might contribute to the unthinkable price explosion of XRP. With the SEC's assistance, some analysts even anticipate that XRP might hit $10,000. Quite awesome, isn't it? Don't let it pass you by. Let's dissect everything in detail. Notice, this could be the last and most significant phase of Ripple's long-running legal struggle with the SEC. The regulatory landscape seems to be shifting not only in Ripple's favor, but also in favor of the whole cryptocurrency sector, with the confirmation of Paul Atkins as the new chairman of the SEC. Atkins is not new to the commission. Even though he formally assumed leadership, he has long been recognized for his pro-market, forward-thinking approach to innovation, having previously served as an SEC commissioner from 2002 to 2008. The XRP community has already begun to speculate about his appointment by President Trump and Senate approval. Why? Because Atkins embodies something that the SEC has been sadly lacking in recent years: clarity in regulations and a readiness to accept digital assets instead of putting them in legal limbo. Atkins used a polite tone in his first public remark, stressing the value of effective capital markets and investor protection. However, both observers and insiders feel that his intentions are very evident behind the formal jargon. Ripple not only survived the SEC, it's about to thrive under it. A finance guy wrote in a tweet that went viral very fast. The new chairman of the SEC is Paul Atkins, dropping the XRP appeal, pro-crypto, pro-clarity, and the first move on the deck. Rumors of a settlement are intensifying. The legal haze is dissipating. This isn't merely the lawsuit's conclusion. The Wall Street era of XRP is just getting started. That sentiment is not limited to the buzz on social media. The XRP community is now closely monitoring any signs that the SEC would drop its appeal against Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP, which has loomed over the case like a thundercloud for months. Journalist Elainer Tarrant reported that Atkins has been sworn in. Another prominent figure in the crypto industry, Ziff, sent a tweet that was even more illuminating. The SEC chair just declared that cryptocurrency and XRP would be his top priorities. The light is green. If so, it would represent a significant change in the direction of policy from enforcement to clarity. Additionally, there is growing confidence that Atkins and Commissioners Hester Peirce and Mark Uye, who are favorable of cryptocurrency, might form a majority inside the SEC that prioritizes the development of careful regulatory frameworks above sweeping enforcement operations. That entails more than simply legal recourse for XRP. It signifies credibility, potentially paving the road for wider institutional adoption, relistings on U.S. exchanges, and new financial products that contain XRP at their core. For Ripple Labs, this is vindication. For the broader crypto sector, it might signal the beginning of a more favorable age under U.S. regulation. XRP, once called a security in disguise by doubters, may soon find itself at the center of a regulated, legitimized financial revolution. The ramifications reach far beyond one coin or one firm. They point to the idea of innovation and compliance working hand in hand, something that has long seemed out of reach in the American crypto scene. The future of XRP and Ripple appears to be becoming more apparent as the legal haze starts to clear. Not only was it exempt from lawsuits, but it was also free to expand, get approval from Wall Street, and, perhaps most importantly, go forward. Crazy, huh? It only gets more intriguing from here. Now that the SEC is finally changing course, and regulatory certainty is at last attainable, XRP is once again in the public eye. These international occurrences are more than just legal landmarks. They have the capacity to spur rapid expansion. Let's just say that the price projections may astound you, and analysts are already updating their projections. As a result, prominent players in the cryptocurrency industry are raising the alarm about what might be the next big breakthrough. The Modern Investor tweeted, "XRP is about to make a huge move. Some are far more audacious. To $20, XRP will teleport. You're not bullish enough, Amonix said. Additionally, as Steph aptly stated, global liquidity is erupting. XRP will come next. To put it another way, money is flowing once more, and XRP could be the thing that takes it to the next level. It's more than just hype. Strong macroeconomic and on-chain data support it. However, the XRP community itself is making some of the most audacious claims. By the end of 2025, XRP will hit $100, according to Crypto Sensei. XRP Dragon, meanwhile, went one step farther. The upcoming XRP pump will be biblical. These are not only arbitrary forecasts. They represent the result of years of faith in Ripple's technology, business, and mission. And then, there's the phrase that keeps reverberating like a premonition across the town. According to Arthur Brito, a co-founder of Ripple Labs, XRP was created at a $10,000 price point and was intended to grow for 7.5 billion users. Despite its absurdity, it reflects XRP's original goal of being a globally scalable digital asset with practical applications. Long-term holders are being validated, and that utility is finally being acknowledged. A well-known figure in the XRP community, Eduardo Farina, recently highlighted how owning 10,000 XRP could be the first step toward financial independence. Seldom is that degree of planning unintentional. Large transactions like these frequently precede a major announcement or an unexpected rise in consumer demand, which is why exchanges like Coinbase exist. This calculation now includes the whale component. Large XRP holdings, or whales, are not renowned for making snap decisions. They make calculated transactions that frequently align with news stories, market cycles, or insider information. Whales may be preparing to sell during a local high or to buy heavily prior to a significant breakout if they move millions of tokens, particularly in the direction of a hot wallet. This is when the price activity becomes intriguing. An action like that could have unintended consequences. Retail and institutional market participants start responding to the liquidity signal. Should Coinbase suddenly begin displaying abnormally high amounts of XRP, other exchanges' algorithms will detect this and modify prices appropriately. Prices can rise sharply as a result of this chain reaction. Therefore, even while the transfer of 29.5 million XRP does not ensure a price explosion right away, it does support the idea that something significant is about to happen. We might be witnessing the start of a new trend if Coinbase proceeds with listings, institutional rollouts, or even new financial products linked to XRP. Crypto has repeatedly demonstrated that all it takes is one spark, and a hot wallet could be the solution in this situation. The only thing left to ask is, what do you think about that? Do you have high hopes for the XRP Ripple token? What do you think will happen? Tell me in the space provided for comments. I'd like to know. Consequently, this concludes the video. I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment with your ideas or questions, and, most importantly, remember to subscribe if you found the information informative and enjoyable.